Good morning, everyone. I will be reporting about Method 3, the interviews. There are two types of interviews, the structured interviews and in-depth interviews, which is also called as qualitative or semi-structured interview. So, structured interviews are characteristically the questions which are highly structured in form, and a range of response alternative is provided from which we choose. Such interview has many advantages also. Since the interviews have quotas of persons to interview, the approach ensures that satisfactory numbers of completed questionnaires are obtained. Second is that the participants are recruited on the spot, that makes it more randomized. And also, the interview is pre-coded. Multiple choice format allows quick computer analysis of the data. And the process is quick and it is perfectly feasible to plan research and have some sort of report ready for clients in a very short period of time, even just for a few days. While in-depth interviews, also referred as semi-structured interviews, many researchers are attracted to this because of its conversational characteristics. However, it is determined by the rules of research, not just the rules of everyday life conversations. And the interviewer in qualitative interviewing will have at the minimum the skeleton of the interview structure in the form of a list of topics or questions to be covered. This is known as the interview guide. And there are certain considerations need to be addressed in preparing the interview guide. Such considerations are as follows. The researcher may wish to record some routine, basic information in a simple structured form, such as the participant's age, gender, qualifications, and many more. The second is the formulation of questions and topics should not simply be a list of obvious questions. Third is the questions need to be developed in terms of the requirements of the research. And fourth, the questions or topics should be structured in a sensible and helpful order. And lastly, the interview should use appropriate language for the participant group. Meanwhile, during the end-up interview, the interviewer does not take detailed notes. It only has a high-quality audio or video recording of the interview. And also, instead, the interviewer is actively building as best as they can an understanding of what they are being told, and also formulates questions and probes in a way which clarifies and extends the detail of the account being provided by the participant. Also, the interviewers is cognizant of other interviews which they and possibly coworkers have conducted with other participants. And lastly, the objective of the interviewer's activity is to expand the detail and to interrogate the information as it is being collected. In addition to all of this, there are practical issues which are too easily overlooked by the researcher but may have a significant impact on the quality of the research generated by the in-depth interview. For example, just how many different researchers will be conducting the interviews? Since using two or more different interviewers produces problems in terms of ensuring similarity and evenness of coverage across interviews. Another is how were developments communicated between the interviewers? It was probably worth considering the use of semi-structured interviews if the logistics of using several interviewers become too complex. Another is that the data are usually no more than whatever is in the recording. As a consequence, it is important to obtain the best possible recording, as this greatly facilitates the speed and quality of the final transcription. Lastly, the physical setting of the interview needs to be considered, as sometimes privacy will be regarded as essential for the material in question, and in other also, privacy may not be so important. Furthermore, to have a contrast on the structured and qualitative interviewing, we can check on page 383 the table of the structured and qualitative interviewing being constructed. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you have a good time. God bless.